But right now, in the heart of Queensland, a bunch of city slickers are pretty much out of their element. They're droving cattle to help kids in the bush.
Alison Fletcher saddled up with them for today's good news story.
You don't need an alarm clock in the bush. Out here, once the sun's up, you are too. Rising early is a whole lot easier when this is what's dished up for breakfast. Of course, we do need stamina to stock up for hope. That's the name of this charity drove. 400 donated cattle are being moved from Mitchell to Roma via Injune. At the end, they'll be sold and the money fed straight into school chaplaincy in the bush.
It's been a while since I've been in the saddle, but this here's Barbie and I'm told she'll take great care of me. Thankfully, I'm not the only novice riding today. There's a bunch of city slickers out here who are joining the drove for the ultimate outback adventure. There we are. Perfect. Come on, Barbie.
Riding with me is Sydney banker Paul Bybor and Toowoomba businessman Bruce Vandersea.
The main thing is to, I guess, stay on the horse. So, yeah, I mean, that's hard enough.
How does this compare to being behind a desk?
I'm ready to get back to the desk.
We quickly discover this is no romanticised bush holiday.
I've missed one.
We need it.
Should I go back?
Luckily, professionals are at the reins.
Like if you want your cattle to feed and walk, you let your sides go out a bit, put fella in the lead.
A familiar face on the drove is former Deputy Prime Minister John Anderson.
Yeah, there's some beauties here. There's some of those big steers.
John's a big supporter of chaplains, so he and his family are travelling cattle class for a week.
Well, in many ways, it's a return to, I suppose, the bush, which is where I'm happiest, where I grew up and where my heart's always been, but with some wonderful extensions.
Far from the chaos of the city, the country seems incredibly peaceful. But living with such isolation can be overwhelming.
A lot of kids nowadays are sad and they just want someone to talk to and relate to about their problems.
That's where chaplains like Jason Atwood come in.
We're somebody that's outside of the school system, that's there to support them. You know, we're not interested in punishing them or anything like that for whatever they're going through. We're just there to encourage and support.
Well, I have contemplated suicide before, like a while ago. But since Jason's been around, I've become a lot happier, so I may not be here if Jason wasn't here to help me.
It's stories like Ash Cooper's that are driving these city and country folk into action.
A pioneering hero along the outback trail.
Do you think for these kids, just having someone who'll listen is really a big deal?
Yeah, it is. Just someone that listens and cares.
Of the big gun drovers.
It's a big sky out there.
Yeah, and a great initiative. Alison Fletcher reporting there. And remember, if you've got a good news story, we really want to hear about it. You can send us an email, goodnews@9.com.au.